My beloved friends, I see you, I look at you, and I see you are so tired, not just physically tired. That is a simple matter. A little sleep and it is gone. You are tired in your soul. You are tired in your very bones. You are tired of trying. You are trying so hard. You wake up and the doing begins. The alarm clock is a bell for the factory to start. The factory is your mind. You have to do breakfast, do the commute, do your job, do your relationships. You are even trying to do happiness. Your mind is a to-do list that never ever ends. I must be successful. I must be a good partner. I must be happy. And now, on top of all this, you want to do spirituality. You want to do meditation. So you come to me. Your hearts are full of questions. Your minds are bursting with noise. And you ask, Osho, what technique should I practice? What mantra should I chant? How many hours must I sit in this painful posture? How do I control my thoughts? How do I do this thing called meditation? And I look at you with all my love and I have to laugh. It is a loving laugh, a compassionate laugh, because you are asking the wrong question. You are bringing your marketplace mind, the mind of doing, the mind of achievement and results, to something that is absolutely beyond the mind. You want to do meditation. And that, my friends, that is the fundamental misunderstanding. That is the barrier. That is the only wall standing between you and you. Look at your mind. It is a doer. It cannot exist for a single second without doing. It is a feverish activity, constantly chewing on the past. Why did I say that? Or rehearsing for the future. What will happen tomorrow? It is never, ever here. The mind is the disease of doing. And when this mind, this doer, hears about meditation, what does it do? It immediately turns it into another task, another achievement, another peak to conquer. I must become a great meditator. I must achieve enlightenment. I must feel peace. This must is the problem. This I who wants to do is the problem. And I am here to tell you, my beloved friends, to whisper this simple but radical secret to you. You cannot do meditation, you cannot practice it. You have only to understand it. It is not a practice, it is an understanding. It is not an act, it is a state. It is not something you do, it is something you are. It is a subtle shift in your awareness, a shift from the periphery to the center, a shift from the chaos of doing to the silence of being. What is this understanding? It is the simplest, most obvious truth in the world. And that is why your complex, educated, clever mind misses it. The understanding is this: you are already that which you are seeking. You don't need to add anything to yourself. You are not a project to be improved. You don't need to become holy or spiritual. You are already that. You simply need to stop doing all the unnecessary things you have been taught to do. You need to unlearn. And what is the most unnecessary, the most noisy, the most tyrannical doing that you are engaged in 24 hours a day? It is your thinking. Thinking is also doing. Concentration is also doing. Contemplation is also doing. When you sit to meditate, you say, I must not think. And what happens? The more you try not to think, the more thoughts come. It is a riot, a monkey mind gone mad. You are fighting with your own mind. You are doing the not thinking. You are creating conflict, tension. You are trying to force silence, and silence cannot be forced. Peace cannot be forced. Meditation is the absence of all conflict. It is the absence of all effort. It is utter relaxation. So what to do? I know, this is the mind's favorite question. Tell me what to do. And my answer is nothing, absolutely nothing. This is the hardest thing for the mind to accept, the beauty of nothing, the profound power of non-doing. When you're not doing anything at all, just listen to this, anything. Not bodily, not fidgeting, not adjusting your cushion, not scratching, not mentally, not planning, not remembering, not chanting a mantra. On no level. When all activity has ceased and you simply are, just being, that is meditation. It is not an empty state, it is not a dead state, it is a full state, it is overflowing, it is full of you, full of life, but silent life, full of awareness. You are just there. It is the sky, and the thoughts are just tiny clouds passing by. You are not the clouds, you are the sky, you are the ocean, and the thoughts are just tiny ripples on the surface. You are not the ripples, you are the vast, silent depth. And whenever you can find time, this is my only technique, if you must call it that. Find time. 5 minutes, 1 minute, even 10 seconds in your car before you start the engine, in your office before you answer the phone. Find time for just being, drop all doing. What does it mean? It means just be aware. Listen, what do you hear? The fan moving, a bird singing, the traffic passing. Just listen, don't judge, don't label. That is an annoying sound. That is a beautiful bird. That is doing. Just listen, just see the light on the wall, just feel the air on your face. Your body is breathing all by itself. You are not doing the breathing, it is happening. Thoughts are floating in the mind like leaves in a stream. You are not the traffic, you are not the bird, you are not the body, you are not even the thoughts. You are the watcher, the witness. You are just at your center, utterly relaxed. If even for a single moment you are not doing anything, and you are just at your center, utterly relaxed, that is meditation. You have tasted it. And this taste is so sweet, it is so nourishing, it is your own nature, it is coming home. If this simple idea, just this glimpse of being rather than doing, touches something in you, let me know. There is a small like button. Think of it as a silent nod. Yes, I am here. I am listening. It is a beautiful way to acknowledge your own presence. Once you have got the knack of it, and it is just a knack, like learning to balance on a bicycle. Once you have it, you have it. You can remain in that state as long as you want. At first, it may be just for a single moment. The mind will rush back in. It is an old habit, thousands of lives old. It will say, "What are you doing? Wasting time. You have to pay the bills. This is boring. This is not productive." And suddenly, poof, the being is gone and the doing is back. Do not be sad. Do not fight. Do not judge yourself. Oh, I am a failure at meditation. That is more doing. That is the ego. Just watch this too. Watch the mind rush back. Watch the impatience, the boredom. This is all part of the doing. Just watch it. And gently, lovingly, just come back to being. 1,000 times the mind will pull you, 1,000 times you come back with no struggle. Slowly, slowly, as you become more accustomed to this being, these moments will lengthen, the gaps between the thoughts will become wider, the silence will become deeper. You can remain in that state. Finally, 24 hours. And people hear this and they think this is impossible. 24 hours, Osho, you are mad. I have to work, I have to cook, I have to talk to my children. You are still thinking that meditation is something separate from life. You are still thinking it is an action. an action of sitting quietly in a corner. This is where the second part of meditation begins, and this is the most beautiful part. This is where the Buddha meets Zorba. This is where the silence of the Himalayas meets the chaos of the marketplace. First you learn how just to be, this is the root, this is the inner sanctuary. You find that silent center, and then you learn to bring this being into your doing. You learn to remain in that state of being undisturbed, and slowly you start doing things, keeping alert that your being is not stirred. You start with little actions, cleaning the floor. This is a beautiful meditation. The mind, the doer, will say, this is a drag. I hate this. When will it be over? This is beneath me. That is the doer. That is the ego. But the watcher just watches. The watcher feels the cool water on the hands. The watcher sees the dust disappearing. The watcher is aware of the movement of the arm back and forth. The action is happening, but you are not the action. You are centered. You are silent. Suddenly cleaning the floor is not a chore. It becomes a sacred act. It becomes a prayer. You are taking a shower. You can be in a hurry thinking about the office, the traffic, or you can just be in the shower. Feel the hot water on your skin. Smell the soap. Listen to the sound of the water. Be utterly present. In that moment, the shower is the only reality, and you are at your center, silent, watching. That is meditation. You are eating. You can do eating. You watch television, you scroll on your phone, you talk, you worry. You are just stuffing food. You don't even taste it, or you can be with your food. You can smell it. You can see the colors. You can taste the first bite. Really taste it. You are just there eating. The food becomes divine. That is meditation. Once you have become aware of the way of how being can remain undisturbed, then you can do complicated things. You can have a difficult conversation. Someone is angry at you. They are shouting. The old way, the doing way, is to shout back, to defend, to attack. The new way, the being way, is to watch. You remain centered. You listen to their words. You also watch your own body. You feel the adrenaline rising. You feel the anger coming. Anger is here. But because you are watching it, you are not it. You are not the doer. You are the watcher. And because you are not possessed by your anger, you can respond. Not react, but respond. You can speak from your center, from your silence, and you will be amazed. Your silence will have more power than any shout. This is what I am doing right now. I am speaking to you. This is a very complicated thing. My mouth is moving. My brain is finding words. My hands are gesturing, but my meditation is not disturbed, not at all. I can go on speaking, but at my very center, at the very core of my being, there is not even a ripple. It is just silent, utterly silent. It is a vast, empty sky. And out of this emptiness, the words flow. Out of this silence, the love flows. This is the great secret. So, meditation is not against action. Please understand this. I am not teaching you to become lazy. I am not teaching you to become irresponsible. It is not that you have to escape from life. No, you don't have to go to a cave in the Himalayas. Your marketplace is your Himalaya. Your office is your monastery. Your family is your ashram. The world is the perfect place to practice this unpracticing. Meditation simply teaches you a new way of life. It is an art, the art of living. And what is this art? You become the center of a cyclone. Have you ever seen a cyclone? On the outside, it is furious, madness, chaos, destruction. This is your life, your mind. But if you go to the very center, the exact eye of the cyclone, it is utterly silent, perfectly still. Nothing moves. The birds are flying there peacefully. This is what I want you to become, the cyclone. Your life is the cyclone. There will be chaos, there will be problems, there will be bills to pay, and hearts that break, and love affairs, and taxes. This is life. This is the storm, and you have been living on the periphery. You have been living in the wind, being thrown around from this problem to that, from this excitement to that. You are trying to fight the wind, you are trying to manage the cyclone, and you are just getting more and more tattered and torn. I am not telling you to stop the cyclone. You cannot. I am telling you to find the center. And the center is within you. It is not outside. Your life goes on. And I tell you, when you are meditative, it goes on really more intensely. You are not dull. A meditative person is not a dead person. He is more alive. He lives with more joy because he is not worried about the result. He is just enjoying the action. He lives with more clarity, because his mind is not clouded by 1,000 thoughts. He has more vision, more creativity, because he is connected to the very source of creation, that central silence. Yet you are aloof. You are in it, but not of it. You are playing the game, but you know it is a game. You are a watcher on the hills, simply seeing all that is happening around you and all that is happening inside you. You are not the doer, you are the watcher. This is the whole secret. Write it on your heart. I am not the doer, I am the watcher. I am the body is the doer, the mind is the doer. But the real I, simply watches. Doing continues on its own level, there is no problem. You are chopping wood, you are drawing water from the well, you can do all small and big things. The action becomes beautiful because it is not coming from an ego that wants to achieve something. It is coming from a center that is just expressing its joy. You chop the wood, the act is total. In that moment, there is only the chopping, the wood, the axe. You are not thinking, when will this be over? You become the act, and yet you are the watcher. This is the beautiful paradox. Only one thing is not allowed if you want to know this piece, one single thing, and that is your centering should not be lost. That awareness, that watchfulness should remain absolutely unclouded, undisturbed. This is the entire journey, from the chaos of the circumference, the doing, to the silence of the center, the being, and then bringing that silence from the center back to the circumference, so that your whole life, your every breath, your every action becomes a dance, a celebration, a meditation. You have been listening to me, but who has been listening? Was it your mind gathering more information? This is a good point. Or was it your being just listening? Are you listening right now to me, or are you listening to the thoughts about me in your head? This is the doer. The doer is analyzing, judging, comparing. Can you just for this last moment drop that? Drop the doing of listening and just be in the presence of these words. Let them enter you. Don't analyze, just be. This conversation does not end. It is eternal. We are fellow travelers. If you wish to continue walking this path together, to be reminded of the silence you already are, then you can join this caravan of friends. Subscribing is just that. It is a way of saying, I will continue to listen. I am open to my own center. Meditation is a very simple phenomenon. It is the simplest thing in the world. It is you. It is your nature. You don't have to get it from me. You don't have to get it from anybody. It is already there. You just have to stop and see it. Stop and be it. Now, before we part, I want to hear from you. This is not a one-way street. In the comments below, I want you to tell me. What is the one doing that you find the hardest to drop? What is the one thing your mind clings to? Is it worry? Is it planning for the future? Is it remembering the past? Is it your phone? Is it the need to be right? Be honest. And when you write it, watch yourself writing it. Don't judge yourself, just watch. This is my pattern. This is what my mind does. That simple act of watching, of sharing, can be the first step. Read each other's comments. See that you are not alone in this beautiful mad cyclone. And if these words have brought even a tiny flicker of silence to your day, share this. This is not something to be hoarded. Find one person, just one, who you know is tired of doing, and send this to them. Don't say anything, just send it. Let it be a silent invitation to come home. Be silent, be watchful, and enjoy. Life is a gift. Don't waste it in unnecessary doing. It is such a small word, 2 letters in your language, and yet it is the biggest challenge for the human mind. Be. Why? Why is it so difficult? I will tell you, it is difficult because being feels like death to the ego. What is your ego? Your ego is not you. Your ego is the sum total of all your doings. I am a doctor. This is a doing. I am a mother. This is a doing. I am a good person. This is a doing. I am a failure. This is also a doing. I am rich. I am poor. I am beautiful. These are all labels you have collected from the marketplace, from your doings. The ego is the doer. It lives on action, on tension, on becoming. It is always becoming something. It is never being. It is always in the future. When I get that promotion, then I will be happy. When I find the perfect partner, then I will be at peace. It is always a postponement. So when I tell you to just be, the ego hears, stop doing. And if it stops doing, it stops existing. It hears, die, it hears, become a nobody, and it is terrified the ego will fight you. It will fight you with all its strength. How does it fight? It creates noise, it creates problems, it creates drama, it gives you something to do. It loves to be miserable. Look at people, they cling to their misery, they talk about it, nourish it. Why? Because misery is a very big doing. Look at me. I am doing misery so well. It is a great achievement for the ego. Happiness is a being. Misery is a doing. Think about it. You have to create misery. You have to think about the past, worry about the future, condemn, judge, compare. It is hard work being miserable. Happiness is not hard work. It is a relaxation. It is being. When you are just here, now, with no thought. Where is misery? It cannot find you. You are not there. Only isness is there. Only being is there. And the ego hates this. It will throw 1,000 thoughts at you to pull you out of being. This is boring. This is not productive. What is the point of this? This point, this purpose, this is the doing mind. So this is the key. The watcher I told you, you are the watcher on the hills. Let's walk on those hills for a moment. What do you see down in the valley? You see your mind. It is like a long, long traffic jam, honking, fuming, cars crashing, everyone trying to get somewhere and no one is moving. This is your mind. These are your thoughts. And you have been living in that traffic jam. You are one of the angry drivers honking your horn. This is the doer. Now, I am inviting you to just step out of the car, walk up the hill, and just watch. You are on the hill. The traffic is still there. You see it. An angry thought, a sad memory, a silly plan. You are not in the traffic. You are on the hill. You just watch. You don't do anything about the thoughts. You don't try to stop or direct the traffic. You don't say, this bad thought must go, this good thought must stay. That is more doing. That is you trying to be a policeman in the valley, creating more chaos. No, you just watch. You are aloof. You are unconcerned. The miracle is the moment you just watch, with no judgment, no choice. The traffic starts to thin out. The noise becomes less. The thoughts may still be there, but they lose their power. They can no longer possess you. They are just traffic, far away, down in the valley, and you are on the sunlit hill in the silence. This watchfulness is the fire. It burns all the rubbish, not by fighting it, but just by shining a light on it. You have been fighting your darkness your whole life. You have been doing self-improvement, and you are still in the same mess. I say, don't fight the darkness, just bring a light. The light is watchfulness. The light is awareness. Just watch, and the darkness disappears. I told you about the cyclone. Your life is the cyclone, and it should be. I am not against the cyclone. I am not teaching you to have a dull, dead, boring life. No, I want your life to be more intense, more joy, more clarity, more vision, more creativity. A dead person has no cyclone, a person who has escaped to a monastery, to a cave. He is just avoiding the cyclone. That is fear. That is not meditation. He has just chosen a very small, safe, dead life. That is not my way. The real meditation is to be in the cyclone, but to be the center of it, to be in the marketplace and not be of the marketplace, to dance in the rain, to sing in the storm, but to remain untouched at the core, to love wildly, but to not be possessed by it, to create, but to not be attached to the creation, to live in the world, but to not let the world live in you. This is the new man I am talking about, Zorba the Buddha. Zorba is the cyclone, the dancing, the singing, the wine, the love, the life, all the colors of the rainbow, and Buddha is the center, the silence, the watchfulness, the hill, the emptiness, and you are meant to be both, but your society has taught you to be one or the other. Either be a sinner, be Zorba, and feel guilty, or be a saint, be Buddha, and be dead. Both are incomplete. Both are miserable. The sinner is miserable, torn apart with no center. The saint is miserable, an empty center with no life. I am telling you, be the whole. Be the cyclone and be the eye. Be Zorba and be Buddha. Dance in the marketplace and meditate in the center. This is a big understanding. It might shake you. It might be the first time you are hearing that you don't have to choose. You don't have to deny any part of yourself. If this idea of being the whole cyclone, the Zorba Buddha, excites you, let me know. What have you been taught to deny? Your Zorba, your joy, your dance, or your Buddha, your silence, your peace? Tell me in the comments. Let's see how many incomplete people are here, ready to become whole. And if you see yourself in others' comments, just watch. See that we are all in this together. So you ask, but Osho, if I am just watching, who will chop the wood? Who will draw the water? This is the mind's clever final question. It thinks it is the doer. It thinks, if I am not there, worrying and planning, how will life go on? I tell you, you have been chopping wood your whole life, but you have not been there. When you chop wood, you are thinking of 1,000 other things. The argument with your wife, the money you owe. You are angry, hitting the wood as if it is your enemy. You are not chopping wood. You are doing your misery, using the wood as an excuse. The doing is exhausting. When the watcher chops wood, it is a different phenomenon entirely. The body is chopping, the hands are holding the axe, the muscles are moving, the watcher is just watching from the hill, and because the watcher is there, the act is total. There is no thought of the past, no thought of the future. There is only this moment, this axe, this wood. And in that totality, the wood is chopped more beautifully, more efficiently, with less effort than you could ever do it with your worried mind. In that totality, the chopping becomes meditation. The drawing of water becomes meditation. The speaking to you becomes meditation. Your whole life becomes meditation. Not just the 1 hour you do on your cushion. Meditation is not a part of your life. It is a new way of life. A life where you are the center, and the action is just a play, a dance on the periphery. Your centering is not lost. That awareness, that watchfulness remains absolutely unclouded, undisturbed. This is the new way of life I am inviting you to. It is very simple, but it is not easy for the mind because the mind wants complexity. It wants to do. So be gentle with yourself. You are unlearning a whole lifetime of doing. Start small. Find one moment today. Maybe when you wash your hands, just wash your hands, feel the water, smell the soap, watch your hands moving for 30 seconds. No other doing, no planning for dinner, no thinking about work, just being with the washing. That is the beginning, that is the knack. And once you have the knack, you can remain in that state. You are on this journey. We are on this journey together. This is not a lecture. This is a sharing. I am just a friend on the path, telling you what I have seen from the hill. If this conversation, this sharing has helped you, if it has given you a small glimpse of the hill, then don't keep it to yourself. You cannot hoard silence. Share this video. There are so many people just like you drowning in the doing. So many people who are tired. Send this to them, not as a lesson, not to do good, but as a hand, a friendship, a silent invitation to come home, to just be my love to you. Be, just be.